Kamiko.
Nikki.
And it's Marcia, and welcome to the LoveChat podcast. Well, ladies, we're back again to discuss our love of all things like
love of cozy loungewear,
Love of Christmas movies.
The love of decorating.
and the love of Christmas songs. But before we get into all of that, it's time for my favorite portion of the podcast. And ladies, you know what that is. Cocktails of the week.
That was good.
So we've already posted our cocktail of the week to our social media platforms, and hopefully you're enjoying a cocktail or two along with us and drinking responsibly, especially during the holiday season. Y'all like eggnog?
No. I do.
Like the eggnog or whatever?
Love it.
So, Jelani.
Yes.
What is our cocktail of the week?
Today we are drinking. I'm trying to get the label up close so hopefully you guys can see it. Does that work? I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're drinking Ace. There we go. Ace pineapple cider. So I was introduced to this. Shout out to Julie and Antoisha, who introduced me to this cider. So A, y'all know I don't really like beer, and B, I do love a cider though, and I love pineapple. So I was like, oh, let me try this. This tastes amazing. And after about, 1.5 of these, I'd say you're pretty good. So I hope everybody gives it a try. It's really good. I like it. And you can get it
at the store?
Yeah, you can get it at your local beverage store. So I can drop you the link and then you can see which stores in your area actually carry it. So.
I mean, no, like Kroger.
Trader Joe's. Did you get it at Trader Joe's?
No, I didn't get it at Trader Joe's.
Is it at the liquor store?
I was gonna say I bought it at the liquor store because I had to go pick up champagne the last time. So I haven't checked to see if it's like in Kroger.
Okay.
But again, with that little link, you could check and see if it is in Kroger. I imagine it might not be in Kroger. Maybe it's in Publix because I feel like they do more like craft options. But you never know.
It depends on which one. This one not far from Nikki that they have all kinds of stuff. So it just depends. Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers. I hope you guys taste it. It's amazing.
Cheers.
You could have ran that by my house.
Okay.
I'm drinking water.
Me too, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm drinking. This the hard kind.
Where do you get those from?
It's strong.
Look, that Kroger I was just saying that's not too far from Nikki. It's on
at Kroger.
Right, I was gonna say, don't tell everybody where she lives now.
That's what I said. I'll tell you later.
Unless you are a single man, then you can meet her on that.
She still don't want you showing up at her house.
No, I didn't say show up at her house. Meet her on aisle 6 in Kroger or at the grocery pickup line. Yeah.
So that can be cute.
I was listening to your podcast and I bought this 6-pack for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So that's the cocktail.
Okay. So we're moving on to our crushing segment. So Jelani.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna bypass you.
She gonna have a dissertation.
What are you crushing on, Jelani?
Just rude.
We love you.
First of all, you're probably skipping me because you don't want me to tell the world how y'all have me out here risking my whole life in these Ivy Park streets to get all of y'all on the call pieces of the collection. That's probably why.
And we thank you. Look, we do thank you.
We love you. We appreciate you. We always say Jelani is the plug, the PLU.
Yes. She loves to shop. Thank you.
Yes.
Risking my
life.
And
then she's like, we got her out here. I didn't even know she was there till she called from the store.
Till she called.
Right. So for those of you who are listening, Beyonce released the black, I guess it's called the black collection of her the black drip of her Ivy Park collection right before Thanksgiving, right? I think this was right before Thanksgiving. Yeah. And so I had a friend who helped me secure a reservation in order to go into the store. So I was like, great. And, sometimes when they do those things, they limit the quantity or the number of pieces that you can get. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get your stuff. I'm going to get my stuff. When I got there, because it was early, the management was like, well, you have 30 minutes to shop. I was like, I can conquer the world in 30 minutes. So I got the stuff. And then I literally called Marcia, who never randomly answers the FaceTime, but I was like, Marcia. And then I was like, okay, let me call Kamiko. Then we were texting Nikki in the WhatsApp group, And then my phone wasn't getting good reception in the store. It was somewhat of a fiasco. However, I will say that we all got pieces of the collection. Everybody, we're going to have on some of the Beyonce drip. But I never, aside from being in the line at the store and the people who I see on social media, I don't ever see people wearing Ivy Park randomly in these streets.
Well,
for one, I don't be in the streets, so there's that.
right.
So I wouldn't be anywhere to see them. But
there it is.
Yeah,
I have seen a couple people in pictures like that I know that have had on items here and there. So,
but aside from a picture,
I put mine on in the house and walked around in it.
Yes, I did witness that.
I'm acting like mine is for Christmas, so I haven't worn any of it.
Yes. Well, my husband told me mine was for Christmas. You can't wear it till Christmas like I do the kids. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna wear. I have anywhere to go, so there's that.
Well, the first day that I went,
because Jelani got me some small ones, and I was just trying to make sure I could fit them.
Well, you definitely could fit the small leggings.
It was like, you can wear these extra.
No, you got her extra small.
Well, right, and I said you can fit these extra small leggings. Well, the first day I went, I escaped gunshots. The second day I went, Marcia's in the store convincing me I need the shoes. I think that was day 2. And then
no. I did not convince you. You needed them. You asked me, did I want them? And I told you I wanted them. And then you convinced yourself that you wanted them.
Say someone convinced her.
Because
we had her out here in the streets. Like she wasn't gonna be out there anyway.
Well, because in my ear, as I'm talking to Marcia about what size shoes she wants, she's like, well, try them on because our feet are about the same size. So then, of course, I'm like, well, these are cute. And then she's in my ear going, and these are the most comfortable shoes. I mean, they are just so comfortable. And I'm like, oh, she's right. So see, that's how it happens. Mm-mm. And then we had to get
that much for you to be convinced.
You
were right up in your mind.
Dear future Bay. So yes. So that's my crushing, because y'all know I love black. It's one of my favorite colors, and coral. So I was excited about this part of the collection. That's my crushing.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for always being the plug.
Exactly. Yep.
Y'all are welcome. I ain't buying nothing else all the rest of 2020.
That's a lie.
That's a lie from the
I'm glad I'm not in the same room with you. The
girl. I'm shocked it ain't cut out.
I know it.
It would have been totally funny if Marcia would have put you in the waiting room. Like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I am crushing on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I don't think either of you watch it. But when I tell you, you are missing. It is so far and above. And I never thought I would say this to Housewives of Atlanta. It is premium trash television at its finest. I mean, I don't even know how else to explain it. And it has the highest ratings of any Housewives franchise ever. It is
really, because I thought Atlanta had the highest rating.
No, I saw
it done flew past this season. And they deserve it.
Yeah, Kamika, you got me watching it. I started watching this season. Are you watching
it?
I'm watching this season because of you. You said it's good, so I've been watching it.
Are you current? Are you current?
No.
I have another girlfriend that watches it religiously. She's like, oh, I gotta go, girl, because the Potomac about to come on. I'm like, oh. Okay.
It is the only thing. And at first I wasn't really watching it live. It's the only thing that I watch live on TV. It is, it's very good. And the Atlanta connection is a mess with y'all, Pastor Jamal. Yep. Brian, it's if you're looking for something to binge, you don't even have to go back far. You can start this season if you want to.
That's what I did. I said I'm watching this season, see what Kamiko talking about. But I did see like a meme or something that said that Atlanta walked to Potomac can run or something like that.
It's facts. It's facts. Oh my gosh. It's facts. It really is. And Atlanta is back now for those who watch it. And it's fine. But man, Potomac is in their reunion right now. And it's like, I don't even want to watch this. I hadn't even watched Real Housewives of Atlanta episode from this week because I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Because I used to be kind of a casual watcher at best. I'd catch up on it when I got ready, but Yeah, this is good. So anyway, that's what I'm crushing on right now. Nikki, what you got?
Well, I'm crushing on the Queen's Gambit. I binged it. I started watching it, and I could not stop. I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching this show. um,
Dang.
because it hits on all the things that I like about TV or movies. Like, so it pulled at me easily. I was like, oh, this is my kind of show. And so it's really smart. It's a woman protagonist. She's super smart. I like intelligence. Chess. Now I want to play. They said like after because Gambit has so many millions and millions of viewers, and they said like so many people are trying to learn how to play chess now. But it was just really good. It's just like it was something like I love The Undoing. I loved a lot of shows that I've been binging, but Queen's Gambit was like it was just so good that I was like, oh my gosh. And it's coming of age story. I love coming of age.
Right,
So
right. That's good.
I
It's
did
on
I
like
my
heard
the
it was
Queen's
list.
good
Gambit.
though.
You know, Nikki is like the person who tells me what I should watch on TV. So I did, and she is. She'll call me and be like, "Have you watched this?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me watch it now." But I did enjoy it. It was really good. And like she said, once you started watching, I was like, "Oh, what happens next? Like, what happens next?" So I was up late twice, I think 2 nights in a row, trying to finish it.
You
So it's
finished
good.
it?
Hmm.
Hmm.
And y'all know I don't ever watch in real time.
So, Nikki, what is it
Yeah.
about? Like briefly, just what's the premise?
it's about a orphan girl who learns how to play chess at 9 years old, and she's trying to become a what do you call them? A chess master? I forgot what you
Mhm.
call it.
Yeah, a chess master.
And so it's just kind of her going through life from 9 to adulthood and the vices that she has. Not only is she super good, but she has a lot of vices. So it's a duality of how good you can be at something, but also how tragic and how vices can control your life too. And what's gonna win out.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
And
Add it
definitely.
to the list. My
and not
list so long.
her mom died and all that kind of stuff. So the adoption part or or being an orphan and all that kind of stuff too.
Mhm.
Okay. Add it to the
All
list.
right, what you got, Marcia? What you crushing on?
I am crushing on my baby girl. Well, not my baby girl, my oldest girl coming home for the holidays. She hasn't been able to come home. She hasn't been here since Christmas last year.
Oh wow.
She hasn't been home since Christmas last year.
Oh.
We saw her in February. We met her in New York, and then she was supposed to come home for the summer, but of course, COVID. And then we drove up there for Thanksgiving, but she hasn't been home since last year, Christmas. So she gets to come home. So we've already looked, like you were just talking about, Nikki. We have a whole list of movies we're supposed to watch. That prom movie, Jelani or you, one of y'all were talking about.
Delaney.
We got all these movies we're supposed to watch. So we're keeping our list. I'm waiting for the lyric.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
sweet.
That'll be good.
Yeah. So she's here until New Year's. So that'll be great.
Awesome.
I feel like
Yeah.
New Year's is gonna be sad this year.
I'm gonna dress up and
Why?
sit in front of
No,
my TV.
I think
I
it's gonna
am
be
too. I'm
exciting,
dressing
honey.
up.
This
About
is
it. I'm glad.
2021. It's got to be something different.
Girl, I don't know. We said that about 2020
I ain't saying
and
nothing.
look, so I ain't expecting nothing but Jesus to be a fence. Amen.
I'm just
I
saying.
like the
Thank you.
meme that
Thank you.
said, "Before I say I want to go into 2021, I need to see the terms and conditions." Right,
Amen. Yes.
Exactly.
what am
Give
I
me that
signing up
rider
for? Right,
2021. I need
right,
to
right.
know
I need
what
to see
you
that
asking
rider.
for.
Exactly.
So we have a actual letter this week, an actual love letter to dive into.
Yay.
I thought it was very apropos. So here we go. Hi, Love Chat ladies. With the Christmas holidays coming up, I'm interested to know if you are doing anything fun or creative or have any creative ideas to safely celebrate with friends and family. With the numbers going up, I want to come up with a few ways to still have some safe, non super spreader fun. Merry Christmas, ladies. Shay.
Shout out to Shay for not wanting to be a super spreader. That's
Amen.
number one.
Be
We need
responsible.
more people like Shay. That's number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All I can say
So,
is zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom,
All I
zoom.
want to do is zoom, a zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, of
I
course, we
mean,
have
that's
like all these like Zoom options, but I think that, if you're really trying to do some things that are creative, like, I've seen people get those. Was that you, Kamiko, that posted in our chat one time about the people who gotten like those bubbles and they were like all in the backyard or something like that? Was that
I
you who
saw
posted
that,
that?
but the bubble isn't necessarily safe if you're in it with people who aren't in your
Well, but
household.
that's what I was gonna say is get a bubble and like maybe have one bubble per person. Like if you could be in a big park, you could do something like that. Or, like I always say, you could have a parking lot picnic. Like if you find a school parking lot on a Saturday and you park here and then 4 cars over, you park here and everybody just eat their lunch outside. Like that's still a COVID friendly thing to do where you could still see people and like actually like get their energy. I mean, I know we can get energy from each other off of Zoom, but it's nothing like being around people, of course, in my book.
right. Jamal and I did something interesting the other day. My girlfriend was like, "Well, would you recommend it?" We didn't have to pay for it, so it was great. But his job did. They have a drive-in, a Christmas Carol. So the Alliance Theater is
Yeah.
putting it
Yeah.
on,
Hmm.
and it's a drive-in. It wasn't what I expected it to be, but it was cute. They had the little food places across the street, so he was able to walk across the street, grab us something. We ate in the car, and it was something cute and cozy for us to do. So you could go. I mean, friends be in their car, you're in your car. If you wanted to do something like that, that's safe. But I thought we were going to actually see like a play, and it was more of a. It's almost like they were just reading theatrically,
Mm.
um, and you listen through the radio. Jamal fell asleep, but it was cute. And it was, they were trying to be interactive. Like they would stop in the middle of the story and tell you to honk your horn if you this or you that, or blink your lights if you this or you're that. So it was cute. It was something to do
Yeah.
Hmm.
that was COVID friendly.
Yeah, if you're here in Atlanta, the Starlight Theater is open. For those of you who've never been, it's the drive-in movie theater, and we used to go all the time on dates. And so it's still open. They have stuff that's out now, even though it's like what's actually out now, but there are a few movies that are out now and more. So there are things like that. I think to Jelani's point, what she was saying in terms of doing like parking lot kind of picnic dates, but I think another thing that we've run into, a lot of my friends and I were doing stuff in our backyards, separating the kids and just doing all kinds of things, fire pits and that kind of thing. But now it's cold. And so, um, and windy, depending on the day. Some days are better than others, right? So I think that's the hard thing in trying to plan things that are outdoors with family outside of your household, in that you're really dependent on a 20-degree windy day or
Right.
a 75-degree day. You just don't know what you're going to get in Atlanta. In many other places too, it's just hard to plan sometimes around wind, rain, cold. So um I do think Zooms, you can do different things on the Zoom, more interactive things on the Zoom. But I also think that scavenger hunts, things like that are fun outside if you can, brave the weather. Doing some more nature things like hikes. A lot of people go to Stone Mountain or a Silver Comet Trail or different things like that. So um, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of the outdoor lights are really nice things to
Yeah, I was
do
thinking
these
about
Mm-hmm.
that.
days.
Well, and
Same.
I was look, and on a day like today, even though, well, not today, but like yesterday, I felt like it was decently warm here in
Right.
Atlanta. And
It
so it's like,
was.
It
and,
was. It was
and
really
today
nice
it was
yesterday.
cold, right?
Yeah.
So, but
It
if
dropped.
you're fortunate enough to have a bike, you could do bikes on the Silver Comet Trail. Like, I think we just have
Or
to
the
think,
Beltline.
yeah, or the Beltline, or in your neighborhood, frankly. Like, you don't even have
Right.
to go that far. So I think, you know, it's, I think we have to obviously think about it, which I appreciate her doing and asking the question. But, at the same time, you can we've done a paint party before collectively as a group. You could still have because I was thinking about that. I was like, can I still have a vision board party, kind of electronically
Mhm.
or digitally or whatever? And there are ways that you can do those kind of things. I think it just requires us to do a lot more to have a lot more thought about it on the front end. Like, how can I do this? How, you
Right.
know,
Because we
you
do
can send,
ornament decorating.
yeah,
Mhm.
we're doing this thing for a group that I'm involved with, but you can make candles, and that's a very quick thing to do. But if you know somebody who makes candles, shout out to Atlas Candles. If you don't follow them on Instagram, they can send you a candle kit, and then you can actually get those mailed out, make them with your friends on the phone, and then, I mean, on Zoom, and then still talk for a few minutes. So there are
Yeah.
tons of things that you could do, I think.
And I think it's
Yeah.
interesting too. I have a group of friends where we've always been spread out. So we've always done online Christmas parties. This year we have matching pajamas.
Hmm.
We have an entire itinerary. We go to drawnames.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but they basically allow you to do your Secret Santa instead of trying to like pull names or whatever. It's all done electronically. It's linked to Amazon. So beforehand, we
Hmm.
all chose 3 to 5 items
Hmm.
under between I think like $30 and $50. Amazon pulled up things that we might like, but you could obviously put in whatever you wanted. Then it drew the names for us. And so we have our Secret Santa. We're having dinner together, have a whole thing lined up, karaoke,
Hmm.
whatever. So you just have to think outside the box and think
Right.
of ways. I'm doing a Christmas Eve party for my dad's. We always do an in-person Christmas Eve party. This is the first time since before I was born that they are not having it.
Hmm.
And so it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, but we're having it online. We getting all the old people hooked up with somebody to help them with the technology,
Hmm.
and we're doing it. So I know Zoom isn't great, but a lot of people can't make it home.
Yeah.
So you do the best you can with whatever online technology you have and just think
Mhm.
outside the box and try to have the best time you can have with the people you love.
And I would say too, there are a lot of people who have home-based businesses that don't necessarily have like a, built-in delivery service. So like, there's a lady that I love to order cakes from when I do some group events, and she makes them out of her house. But I always pay a messenger service to go get the cake and bring them to the event for me. So make use of things like messenger services if you have them locally in your area.
That's true.
Because like, I want to support her business, and the cakes are amazing. But like, if I don't have the time or capacity, or if I wanted to get six and have them sent all over the city, well, you can get a messenger to do that. It might cost you, a couple dollars, but in the spirit of trying to, still have some sense of community with the folks that you're trying to engage with, it's worth it, in my opinion.
I
All
agree.
right. Well, it's time to move on to our love chat.
Yes.
Jelani.
So, with the in the spirit of those of you who are new to the Love Chat, this is where we kind of do a deep dive into a particular topic. However, we've had a lot of things going on lately that we just want to kind of spend some time talking about. Maybe y'all are like us and you've been talking about it in your group chat, and so we're just like, honey, we are here for all of it. So, with that being said, remember there are four of us, so you always get four times the perspectives and four times the laughs. But today is December 14th, and on this gracious day of 2020, I will say one of the things that we did get right is that the electors voted to support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and cast their official ballot into electing them into office. So I say that's one thing that the 2020 did get right. If we could put that
Yes,
on the
Jesus.
list of
Whew,
positives for 2020.
child.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Amen to that.
yeah.
We still got one
Yes,
more hurdle to
Lord.
get over, but that's one more step closer. Amen.
River to cross, as they say.
Amen.
That's right, Nikki.
Cheers.
One more river to cross. Yeah.
But yeah.
So I mean, the other thing that I think has been really hot is these red table talks. So what do y'all think? I know there was one with Will, and that's with the Fresh Prince reunion, which I think is a whole nother conversation. And then Gammy and Olivia. So which one of y'all want to talk about first?
I mean, I just say shout out to Gam
Yes.
because I'm tired and so is she. And as she said, that little girl was gonna be okay one way or the other, whether she came on here or not. I didn't really need to hear from her, and I didn't. I watched the clips of Gam, and that was all I needed to hear. I wasn't interested in
Exactly.
hearing
I
anything
I'll
didn't
else.
admit, in
watch
the
the
beginning,
whole
I was like,
interview.
who? Like in the beginning, I was like, who? I knew the story
Yeah,
and the scandal,
right. Right, but I
don't
didn't know
think
who
I
she
ever knew
was.
who she was. Like I don't think I
But we're
ever.
not her demographic anyway,
Yeah,
which is
we're
why I
not,
don't
but she is
understand
a
why she
big
wanted to come on the
influence.
red table
Is
talk.
she?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
lost
she's
a
a
lot of
bit.
endorsements.
She had a lot of endorsements. She was huge on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So
She wasn't even going to
But
class.
huge,
like I said, that was the
A
thing.
big
We're not
deal.
her graphic, so we wouldn't.
right?
Yes.
And I didn't hear about her until, of course, the scandal, and then I
Right.
heard the story, her
Yeah.
background story.
Yeah, I'm definitely not her demographic. But the thing is that she wasn't even going to school. That was part of the issue too, was that they scammed to get her in USC. Then she was too busy doing her influencer thing that she wasn't even going to class. She was just making a bunch of money. You know, her dad is a multi-millionaire because he has that whole Massimo line at Target or whatever. But so that she's gonna be fine. She's an heir to a multi-million-dollar fashion industry.
Yeah,
Whatever.
she'll be
Right.
fine.
So, but yeah, but the whole thing Gammy was saying is that why is it that a young white woman is coming to black women to save you all the time? Like why does she has a lot of privilege? Black women shouldn't always have to save everybody or even give a platform to these people.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, Gammy definitely took it back to be more.
Yes. And
She was just like,
yeah, she
over
did
it.
definitely. She spoke what a lot of people were feeling and thinking. So
Mhm.
Like,
And can we
Jada, I'm
just say how
sorry.
beautiful Gammy is? Oh my God, that lady is
Right.
gorgeous.
And looks so unbothered. Like again,
Yes.
somewhere breathing unfiltered air. I mean, very filtered and purified air. Like drinking all of the best waters in the world. And yeah, that's what I imagine.
Right.
yep.
Grammy done been through some things, so I'm
Yeah,
glad
She
that
has.
she's
yes,
in a
definitely.
beautiful place right
She
now, and
she definitely
you know
has.
that's all I
That's
got for
Jesus.
Definitely.
I know that
Yes.
was
All
a hot
right,
conversation.
Jelani.
No, I was gonna say I know that was a hot conversation on Twitter, but what we also saw happen on Twitter
the Twitter.
was Madam Dionne Warwick
Child.
Mhm.
and
I
her
cannot.
very clear direction that she
She
gave
said,
to Wendy Williams.
"Do
What she
you
said?
know the way to send? What is it, Santa Fe? What's her song?"
Oh, child, I don't know. That's what friends are for. I don't know.
That's the only song that I could think of is that's what friends are
Well, since
for.
Delana was saying
Keep
directions, she does have
smiling,
a song saying, "Do you know
keep
the way to
shining.
San Jose or Santa Fe or something like
I think it's Santa Fe, but
that?"
I could be wrong.
I'm sitting here thinking, what song is that? Because the only one I know is the one she is singing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Walk
that's the
on
only
by.
one I
She
could think
sings Walk
of.
on by too.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Walk
walk on. Yeah.
Bye. That's Dionne Warwick.
yeah. But
Not the one you singing, but yeah, the
Oh,
original.
Ah,
but then Isaac Hayes has a version too.
right.
It's a lot of versions, but Dionne
what
Warwick, I
version
think.
am I singing?
He's a foolish time.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm at a loss. What did she tell?
Dionne Warwick,
Go ahead.
Dionne Warwick said to Wendy Williams, "Keep your name out my mouth."
Mm.
Did they
Look,
never get along?
I think a lot of people done said that to Wendy.
Yeah.
right. Most people,
Yes.
I think.
Well, Wendy was talking about her on the show and saying, talking about her being on Twitter and, just, saying talking about her niece, doing the tweets for her and all this stuff and how she doesn't like Dionne, just tolerates her, doesn't like her. And so,
Mm.
Dionne work.
Like Wendy, but that's everybody who come to your show at this point, isn't it?
Exactly.
Ooh,
Right.
child.
You've been dragging people for the better part of 25
Yeah.
years. Like,
And she
girl,
did,
you're
she
gonna
did
have to
that on
have.
purpose. Because Dionne's been relevant in the Twitterverse on social media, so she wanted to jump in on that.
Yeah,
Mm.
her telling
Mm.
Chance the Rapper, like, why do you have rapper in your name? And the weekend, you're not even spelling it right. Like, what's going on with you? It's been so,
So funny.
you have to find the bright spots where you can these days, and it's been
Exactly.
Privileges
hilarious.
that you get when
Right.
you're older as well.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh
So
yes. When
Right.
you get to a
that was
certain
so
age, you can say
good is
whatever.
Right.
that these guys, well, look, with the exception of Wendy, but I guess she of a certain age too, have been so respectful because some of them can be just ridiculous and come at her sideways, but they know better not to come at
Yeah.
Miss Dion that way.
Because she
Mhm.
said Snoop Dogg called her. She said she's still waiting for him to call her.
Well,
Mm.
as we suspected, we have seen a number of coronavirus babies popping up,
Mm.
both
Yes.
personally and in these celebrity streets. Because
Right.
I definitely felt it the other day when Russell Wilson told Sierra when she was like, "What do I smell like?" And he said, "Like you about to get pregnant again." I said, "Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Yeah,
oh,
he did.
Lord, I hadn't heard that one.
yeah, yes,
I know
yes."
Sierra like, look, my vagina just healed. I'm gonna need you to go somewhere. Like, I'm like, she might still got a little afterbirth. Like, she just had that baby, boy. You need to go somewhere.
Listen,
I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah,
mean,
she
shout
said
out to
they said they're
Cassie.
gonna have
Shout out
another
to
one.
Christina Milian.
Yes.
But Cassie, she's pregnant again?
Cassie's pregnant
Yes,
again.
girl.
Christina Milian is pregnant again.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
They did that
Now
out.
I'm gonna tell you who I was surprised about with this COVID baby is what's Tiny's daughter? Not Rajani. What's the Tiny's daughter?
Dominique.
Zonique.
Zanique.
Zonique. She's pregnant.
I was
She
yes, she about to
but
have
she
it.
do,
She about to have her
y'all.
baby.
Hers ain't a COVID baby. She got pregnant before. I mean, yeah, I guess that it was a COVID baby, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
she better
COVID.
be-
Look,
it
we'd have
feel
been
like
in
she
COVID
pregnant
about
forever.
pregnancy time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She about to have dropped the baby any
Mhm.
day now,
Cause
probably.
see, T.I. found out on the little show.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
really?
was like, you ain't gonna tell your daddy, but I think she was scared to tell him probably, and she finally told him like on the radio on the podcast or something.
Yeah. She's told. Yeah. She was
Mm.
trying to.
Is this
I
the
didn't know.
same
I was
daughter
just flicking
that Chris
through.
House for talking about having the whole is this the same daughter that he was
No.
Chris House for? Okay, this is a different one. Okay.
No, this is Tiny's
Tiny's
first
daughter
child.
before they got
Okay,
married.
got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Lord
Yeah, that
Jesus.
was
Before they
his
got
child
together.
before they got married too.
And our
David.
dear friend Summer Walker.
Do we know something like that? You saying that?
I'm
I
like,
don't like.
you
I don't know
saying
nothing
dear
about
friend, but
her,
I
except
couldn't,
for her and Usher song. I don't know nothing else.
and
about
I
that
couldn't
little
pull
girl,
out
but
of a lineup.
but then I heard she was
truthfully.
a bird.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she was a bird.
She a woo woo person.
What's
She
that
was a
mean?
bird?
Because she fell into that camp with Sierra where she thought I think Dwight Howard had a baby mama like that too. She was like a gospel singer or something. Where she married, the
Uh-oh.
one that got him to settle down, all that kind of stuff. And Summer Walker was talking about the baby, his whoever London on the track, is that his name? His other
Yeah.
baby mamas and how they shouldn't be asking him for child support and all this other kind of crazy stuff. And now she on Twitter talking about how he not helping and he not this and he da 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 da
But
da.
where
And
does
I
the
should have
bird
listened
thing
to
come in? That's
yeah,
what they call. What's? I don't get it. I'm sorry.
because she on Twitter telling baby mamas not to be baby mamas to them that they need to leave the baby daddies alone and shouldn't be asking them for child support to help support their children.
I
And
guess
With
my
now
all
she's
those
question
little
is,
birds.
that's what I'm saying. Is that a term? Is that a word for?
y'all, how
I
old
never,
are y'all?
I never heard
You ain't
that.
never heard nobody call
Neither.
nobody a bird?
No.
I'm mad she asked how old we are. Rude.
I mean,
Been
you
around
know,
for a long time.
I've never
I've
heard it.
heard that.
Have you, Nikki?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that threw me. I've never heard that.
Well,
Huh.
then I
Let's
was
see-
sitting here
let's
saying
look
when
up
she
in
was
the
like,
Urban
because she's a
Dictionary.
bird, and I was like, a song?
Yeah, that's why I had to pause. I was like, wait, am I
thinking
missing
like
something?
singing like a bird, like where you tell everything.
That, and then I was like, oh.
And Twitter has a little bird on it, so I was like, maybe she's
That's what I thought. Maybe it was a Twitter bird.
Oh my
Nikki
god.
said, and Twitter has a little bird. This is good. This is good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, all of those
I
things
just
work.
learned a new
All of those
slang
things
word.
work.
a new term of art.
Well,
Well,
mean, is
okay,
that-
look, do y'all
that
remember
like
when they were
thought?
calling everybody basic?
yeah.
Bird is just another
Right.
term for that.
While
Okay.
Kamiko continues to make up things that belong in her version of the Urban Dictionary, let's transition.
I can't believe that. Well, I don't know. Y'all, they live in
Put a
suburbia,
poll up.
y'all.
Put a
I
poll
live
up to
in
see if our listeners
I live
know
in
what a
Atlanta
bird is.
proper. That's the difference.
Kamika, why you trying to act like you was raised
Exactly.
in SWAT?
In the
I mean,
SWAT.
like you was
Georgia?
in.
I was.
Come on, College Park. What part of
I-
College Park do you live in? There's various
Off of
parts.
Onet.
I've never heard
Be
anybody
real.
call anybody a bird in that
And
situation.
I'm gonna go and ask 5 people of different age groups. Have they ever heard that?
Go ask Jordan.
Jordan
I will
is
ask
20
her.
years
I
old.
guarantee you, Jordan has never heard
It's still a word. Okay.
Guarantee.
Well, then that's when you need to
Let's put
say
money
a
in.
bird. That's what the young kids. That's what the kids say.
No, it's not. But
She said it's been
that's
out for a
something that
long
we used
time.
when we were
She says-
teenagers.
Right.
So
that's
that's
what I
what
think
Jordan
is funny,
definitely
'cause-
wouldn't know that then.
Right, because
They
you
didn't
went
say that
from
wrong.
I
They-
grew up using this word to Jordan. Ask Jordan. What? That's the opposite. Anyway, the verses are supposed to be having
Is
a
it supposed to
battle.
be a millennial, elder millennial term? Because
No, it is
I'm an elder
it is
millennial.
a term that has been used throughout the ages. It's still current.
Did you find it in the Urban Dictionary?
For you guys, but
Did
you
you
know
find it in-
you'll hear about it. Go ask your 5 people.
Well, this is not part of my
We'll talk
vernacular.
about
I
it
didn't
one
learn it.
day, and
It's
it is what
They didn't say it wrong.
I can't believe y'all making such a big deal about this.
I was just thinking.
Yeah,
I
never heard of
I
it.
think it's hilarious.
just think it's funny.
I feel like I want to call some people into the show and put them on
Because you
speakerphone
calling
and be
us
like,
crazy, and,
No.
and none
You
of
know what
us
a bird
heard
is?
Did
it.
not know that this was not something that people didn't know.
Yeah, it's just not.
I mean, the term is used often on Twitter and Facebook and
I ain't
Oh,
never
okay.
seen such. As my grandmother said, I ain't never seen such.
Okay.
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 So
All right,
Okay.
moving on.
someone
Anyway.
wants to be a bird, and she, out here calling people baby mamas, and then she's turning into what she was talking about.
All of that.
Oh,
She's
and so is she
experienced
going back
everything.
talking about him now?
She's
Yes.
experiencing everything
Okay.
that she tried to drag those women about. Now she's experiencing it. She's
Exactly.
sad, but at least she got money to take care of her child by herself. Because London on the
Mm.
track, Juju on the beat, whatever his name is, like helping his
Right.
take care of his child.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Juju on the beat? Okay. Yeah. I mean, shout out to you, girl, for having a plan. I don't know.
Man,
Good
good luck.
I should make some more songs.
I do like that song. I don't know any of
What
her
song
other
is
music,
it?
but I do like that song.
What song
She
do they
kind of
have?
redid "You Make Me Wanna."
You make me wanna.
She got a nice
Okay, I have to
voice.
go. I know
And
And
that
I
song
heard
at
her
all.
do it live with him
Yeah.
for those award shows that they did, and
They did
her
about,
voice
they
is
have,
really
they have about
beautiful.
5 songs together. They did like a mini.
But doesn't she also have like anxiety about
Yeah,
performing?
they say she
That's
has
her, right?
Oh, does
Yeah.
she?
She doesn't
Yeah.
perform well live.
Yeah, she doesn't like to
That's
do
her-
live performances.
She has a beautiful voice.
But she has a
Wow.
beautiful voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Look up
Yeah, I
Bird.
was
Like,
very shocked when I heard her singing live. I was like, "Oh, that's her." Because
No, I was trying to look up to see. Oh, oh my, she's
What?
tatted, huh?
oh
Got a
yeah.
lot of tattoos.
She's very
Have
young
mercy.
too.
Well,
On
you
her
know who
face?
else is tatted? Excuse me. You know who else
Oh.
is tatted?
Never seen
Our
her
girl Keisha Cole, who will be who was supposed to be in the upcoming versus battle with Ashanti. However, comma. No, I'm just playing. However, that's now been postponed because Ashanti got COVID.
And she blamed it
Got
on the
that
devil.
Rona.
She said, Satan, the devil.
Well, so
Girl.
she was like,
Yeah.
okay, so of course,
She
of course,
said, "What?"
She got dragged in them streets.
because everybody was saying you got COVID because you've been traveling.
Mhm.
And because she's been to Nairobi and she's been to some other places, blah, 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 blah. So she said on her live stream, she was like, yo, yeah, I have been traveling, but I didn't get COVID from those places. She said, I got COVID from a family member. She got COVID from a family member that she hugged, who at the time was positive for COVID and didn't know that they were positive. So I guess that person later turned out a couple of days later to have COVID. And then she went and got tested and had COVID as well.
So
Very
the
bad.
interesting thing is the street said you a lie. Because the timeline that she tried to pull out with that cousin, like her viral load wouldn't be as such that she would even test positive this soon. So you've been in Nairobi with a gang of 25 people. You've been here with another gang of 30 people. You like your Instagram is not lying. Like you geotagged every place that you've been all around this world. And like somebody said, girl, I've been around the world and girl, you've been everywhere spreading COVID. So,
Exactly.
you know, when they tell you to sit down, and a lot of these celebrities, And I think Jelani brought it up one day, like
That used
y'all
to be
getting
my
tested.
song. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a good song.
That was a good
But
song.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
you know, how are you? You know, when they telling people to stay in, and you think just because you getting tested means that you still can't get it. That's not
Right.
how COVID works.
Right.
Like you can get tested every day and still get it
Mm-hmm.
and spread it before it shows up. You
Right.
if you get tested every day, it's gonna take you about 4 5 days for it to show up in your test if you
Mm-hmm.
don't sit your tail down. So she's like, I can't believe I got it, girl. Okay,
Right.
Double is
all
a
right.
lie.
However, let's just have this
I love
little.
Ashanti. I'm team Ashanti on this thing.
That's what I was
Really
gonna
don't
say.
Me
On
too.
the verses, though, I was definitely like Team Ashanti.
Me too.
see because all of my group chats are
What about
totally
Marcia?
I'm team just here to listen because I don't really rock with
Yeah.
either one of
I
them
got
like that. Like I like Ashanti and I like Keisha Cole. My best friend Stephanie is definitely team Keisha Cole. She's always loved Keisha Cole. But for me, they're just both like,
Well, I'm just saying Ashanti got way more hits. That's why
she
I'm like,
does.
so she's like the soundtrack to my college days. Like we was watching 106 in Park all the time. They was always on the countdown. Keisha Cole, you know, she had Love.
she
And
does
I
have
gave
a
her
lot of good
song.
songs.
She's got a lot of
Wait a
songs because
minute.
I was listening to
That
the
dramatic
thing that
pause that
Jelani sent.
That dramatic pause that Nikki offered. She said she had love.
But Jelani always sends the little Apple links for the verses, and I was listening to it. And I was like, "Damn, I forgot about this song. I forgot about
Yeah.
that
Saw
song."
Ashanti
So
way more.
She
Even her
doesn't. She
Mm.
really don't. And I'm team Ashanti, Nikki, but when I listened to that thing, I was like, ooh. I
really,
really, in the beginning, was like, Ashanti's gonna blow her out the water. And if
yeah.
you include all the J-Lo stuff, of course she does, of all the stuff that she's written for
right,
other people,
it's
but
a
just
whole
based on
lot
their
of
songs together,
yeah.
it really is. It was a better matchup than I thought it was. I was
Okay.
Yeah,
very
Keisha
shocked.
Cole
Cole
got
does
some
a lot
hits
of
now. I
songs.
mean,
Yeah.
She
Keisha
got
Cole might
some.
not have been on as heavy of a rotation,
Maybe that's what it is.
Right.
That's probably
is what
right.
it is. But if you
Right.
had her album or whatever, yeah, she had some
I had
hits.
that first one.
Yeah. Now let me tell you, Jelani, get ready to be offended, girl, because I was offended for you. They're talking about Mariah Carey versus Mary J. Blige
Oh,
and
Baby,
how Mary J. Blige would blow
that's a lie.
Mariah the water.
That's a lie in the pits of hell. Like, no, that's not gonna work.
I just think
That's
that's
not gonna
apples
work.
and oranges.
That's
That's
not
just
gonna
It
too
work.
is.
What
hard.
they were basically saying is Mariah Carey, of course, she has a bunch of number ones, but none of her songs evoke the feeling that Mary's do. And I
We
was like,
belong
I
That's
get
a
what
together.
y'all
lie.
saying, but it's
I
still.
think-
I'm
I
sorry, y'all.
look, I like Mariah, you know, she's cool, but I'm Team Mary. I'm sorry.
Mary doesn't
Because
go
like
for
you
certain
for
type of
the
emotion.
for what you
Camille
just
Hill
said,
said the same
Kamiko,
thing.
for what you just said, through life, Mary then got me through some love, some breakups, some makeup, some friends, all of that.
See, I wasn't living that kind of life when Mary came
That
out.
was my
And so
What you
late
trying to say
teens,
about you,
20s.
my shit?
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying I just couldn't relate to Mary that young.
Why am
Mariah
I-
was talking about
okay.
you always be my baby, and I was in
I'm hot
grade
too.
talking
I'm
about
hot
yes,
too.
you will always be my baby. Do.
Yeah.
Like I was in middle
mean,
school.
I
Like
think
that was my life. My life was not resonating with me
Was not my
Girl,
life.
when I was
that song,
12
whew,
or 6 or
girl.
however old when it
So
came out.
here's the thing.
Let me tell you something. Karen White Superwoman came out when I was
Yes.
okay, and I was singing that song like I had a job,
Yeah,
a
I was
man, and a
singing it
ton of
Is
too,
heartache.
but
my
I didn't know what.
favorite song.
And
I
the
love that
But
song.
now,
To this
but when I
day,
got,
we'll
when
sing
I
it.
became an adult, Mary didn't
Sugar
resonate.
and cream.
Hey,
Your eggs are over
easy.
easy.
I'm sorry I
Just
did
so
this to y'all.
Oh my God!
All that's missing is your
Is
morning
your
kiss
morning
that
kiss
used
that
to
he used to
greet me.
Oh
greet
my
me.
god.
Girl,
Hey.
that used to be, oh,
Yeah.
Insane.
No, what?
I mean,
I was
when
playing
she
with
hit
Barbies
that,
or
when she
something.
hit that note,
Right.
I was over there playing and and singing, I what was it? What's Jesus Loves Me? So
look, I was singing Tia and Tamara song. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
so
Okay, but
I just I was just
so
living.
No, I get it.
I'll say this. So I'll say this. I do think that Mary J. Blige has some great hits. I don't think that she is the person that I would ever put up against Mariah Carey, and I don't know who I would put up against Mariah Carey in this moment sitting here.
That's how I feel like it's just apples and oranges. They're not
right.
It's
but
not
I did see.
I don't think it's a fair argument.
I did see what I'm going to call a meme because it's not verified, but I did see somebody say that they would have a versus with Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton. And I was like, now those two together could be interesting. Of course, I'm team Anthony Hamilton. But like I think, and I say all that to say, you've got to put people together who are comparable. And I don't think that, like, who would we even put up against Mary?
There are some people that I just don't think have
they don't have a peer or equal or
right.
Like
if Luther Vandross was alive, who would we put up against Luther?
Levert, if he was alive, maybe, but he's
right. Yeah, there we go.
That one definitely.
Yeah.
Because Mariah and Whitney always got the comparison, but they were both kind of like that straddle that pop R&B lane because it was kind of like they were universal. Like white people loved them in the pop,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not the same, like
Mary is that soulful music, girl. That hip hop soul.
So it's just not the same. I just don't.
Uptown days was yes.
Well,
I saw that one of y'all mentioned something about Escape and SWV, but I saw what I thought was a better matchup, which I think would be more interesting, which is SWV and Jodeci.
So where the SWV and Escape thing came from, because Escape was in the studio together. And one of the girls from SWV pulled up on them and was like, yo, so we want to do this versus. And they were like, wow, so you really pulled up on us like this? And then it was like this.
But I could only think of one album from SWV. Like, did they have
No.
I could only think of one that I had and knew all the songs.
Did you watch their unsung?
Yep.
I did not.
Me either, Marcia. Don't worry.
I loved SWV. But I just can't.
They had literally, if you went through and listened, like.
But isn't that on week?
Baby, just relax a while. You've never heard that?
I'm trying to hear what you're singing.
Yeah. Your thoughts and watch them fly.
Okay, yeah. But it still ain't. Okay, but they still.
I mean, that was like 3 albums later, though.
Did they have 3 albums?
They had like 5.
They had.
I think if we were putting Escape and SWV together, which has been the request, I think I would choose Escape.
I think they're
absolutely
for sure.
I would choose Escape.
And I think you're going to be surprised by how many SWV songs you may know.
Yeah,
probably so.
Because I think, to be honest, I think that they were also all around that time where, like, I feel like I had memories of, I know this song, but I was like, who sings it? Is it SWV?
Right.
Is it Vogue? Is it Escape?
If you listen to the Quiet Storm.
Oh no, I never would mix them up with In Vogue and Escape.
No, I never.
But I'm saying like that was all around. Like
In Vogue was a different time, I think.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah.
But SWV was on the.
But what about some of them little girls like what's the group like 5, 7, 9, 10? Somebody.
Well, you had 702 and 502. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
know it was some numbers.
That was my song.
Yeah, now see, those were the groups I used to mix up. 702, and then what was the other one?
579.
Okay, see, there was some number groups.
A clothing store. 579 was a clothing store, wasn't it?
It sure was. I used to love going.
That was the sizes they had: 5, 7, and 9.
Yep.
Only.
But anyway, all right, girl.
Boom like an 808.
Boom like an 808.
Oh, and the one girl died. The girl from the Housewives was in that song.
Brownstone.
Yes, that's them. You're right.
Brownstone.
Love Brownstone.
Wait a minute. What about Brownstone?
Yes. They have enough songs.
They don't.
Wait a minute.
But they were awesome.
Because they can go against Janae and do that this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Janae too.
And do y'all remember the group Jade?
Yeah, I remember Jade.
Okay. I am Jade's number 1 fan. Okay. I am. I still have the
I used to have them Jade. I had them Jade braids.
What about
So-
Tamia Deborah Cox?
So Nikki,
That-
somebody
That
asked
would
me
be a
about
great, that would be
Tamia,
a great match.
and I was like, I think that would be a good matchup because I think
I
her
do
and Deborah
too.
would be like, you know.
Even though I'm team,
And they're
Tamia
both
all day.
Canadians too.
Yeah, they are Canadian,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely team Tamia.
But y'all know we can have
Yeah.
a whole show on Versus, but we can't have a whole show tonight.
I know.
We have more hot
Okay.
topics we need to get into.
Well,
Okay, Jelani.
Also, shout out to E40 and Too Short. They have the next verses coming up.
I go on and on.
Shout out
I
to the
can't
Yay
understand.
area.
Okay, keep it going.
That is
All right, so
Sprinkle me. Is E40 sprinkle me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
sprinkle
sprinkle,
me,
me, man.
yeah.
Is it sprinkle me, baby? I thought it was
I
sprinkle,
thought sprinkle me,
man.
baby.
I thought it was sprinkle me, girl.
Sprinkle me,
Uh,
man.
I
Wait,
guess we're gonna
sprinkle me.
find out.
Oh my God.
Sprinkle me, man would be a little.
Rashia has
Well,
made
sprinkle me,
remix.
girl. Sprinkle me.
I thought it was sprinkle me, baby.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know what
I
it
don't
was.
know.
Some bird.
I remember the
let us
song.
know.
I ain't heard it. I ain't heard that song in so many
You know who
years.
also
It was some
on
bird.
another
Please
note,
But I
Please let
know
us
when
know.
Too Short played Blow the Whistle.
No.
Oh Lord.
But then we ain't gonna talk about his old stuff. Ooh, that was raunchy.
Girl,
Nikki,
he gonna have to
and this is
play
where
it.
Nikki gonna tell us she wasn't listening to that because she was listening to Jesus Loves Me.
I
it
know.
was and learning the 23rd song.
Okay, so moving on.
Girl, bye. In the back of the church.
I had to have HBC. I taught me a lot of things. I had a learning curve when I got to college. It was like
Really?
I didn't know
I
nothing.
bet.
They
bet.
laughed at me. I hadn't
Well,
Friday yet.
all right, y'all. So
Okay.
today, in addition to our beautiful gift from the Electoral College, we also had the first woman in the United States who received, we believe in the United States, who has received the COVID vaccine. What? you
Outside
said
of the
because I believe?
trials.
You said because I believe. Anyway,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like that's a whole nother conversation. And she's an African American woman. And then people tell me something. She got that vaccine, took it like a champ, and had on pearls.
Right.
So,
I'm like,
so
she
yeah.
ain't flinch or nothing. I'm always gonna flinch when a needle go in
Right.
my arm. But
Well, that's because you're sitting on TV. You're sitting there, and you're like, I'm on TV. I gotta take it like a G. You
girl,
can't just
no,
be
I
like,
still would have been like something.
right.
I
Got
close
to
my
look and
eyes.
say, oh no, she got hurt. Something they injected her with something. She's mutating.
They probably
Oh,
told her,
Lord,
you
The
gonna
Walking
sit here
Dead.
and you gonna smile and you grin and bear it through your. She probably had something to bite down on underneath that
And they
thing. No, I'm
probably got
fine.
one of the
Lord
best
have
people
mercy.
who knows how to inject the needle without hurting. Like
Right.
you can tell. Because some people
Right.
are really
Well,
good.
she's also a nurse, so
Yeah.
she,
Yeah.
she's good.
Don't be like me, because if I have to get my blood drawn, I tell people, I'm like, you got one try, because if you can't get it in one try, I'm gone. Thanks. Anyway, because I don't like to get my blood drawn. So it begs the
Drink a lot
infamous
of water.
question. Huh?
Drink a lot of water before you go.
No. It begs the infamous question of how do we feel about companies, groups, agencies, buildings, places, entities telling us that we are going to have a vaccine in order to participate, enter, partake, enjoy, live our lives.
I'm fine with it. I have to get a measles, mumps, rubella, whatever other kind of vaccine I had to get.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, Nikki. And I think I'm a little biased too, because being in the military, born and raised military, you just had to. Like, there was no questions about it. They told you gotta get the flu shot. You gotta get the flu shot. Like, you literally will get wrote up if you don't go get your shots, if you don't go get your pap smears, if you don't, like, they put a letter on your desk, like, you're overdue for your pap. I mean, so same thing would be, I know when this vaccine hits, it's going to be the same thing.
I mean, at the end of the day, Americans, you can walk around thinking you have a choice. But if you would like to move around in the world freely, especially all these people who like to travel and go places, like, you think another country about to let you in? I mean,
Right.
No,
like Todd was talking about earlier, he watches soccer, and in Europe they have to move around between different countries. They have basically a health card or whatever that they have to have before they can even move to different countries, because they're trying to play the game, because the country needs to know you good. And so just
I mean,
like
that's
they
just like
have
when
a
kids
regular
going to
passport,
school.
they have a health passport. And even in America, like,
You have a shot record?
Been tricked into think that we are freer than we are. You gonna
My
take this
mom,
vaccine?
my mom got that little, circle thing on her arm from the what's it?
Yes,
The
my mama
Tetanus.
does too.
It's
Yes,
a tetanus shot.
yes.
Yeah.
And they got those the polio shots. They got them at school. They didn't send no permission slip home. They lined them kids up. Measles, mumps, and rubella. You gonna take it and go on home?
But even now, your kids still have to have immunizations before going to school.
Yep.
Exactly. And most places don't.
I mean,
play
there
it.
are
They talk
some
about
people that are
religious-
out there that homeschool
The
and don't get their
anti-vaxxers.
kids vaccinated, and then
That's
they
right.
have the children that
But
really
that's why
got
we had a
sick.
measles outbreak last year.
And exactly.
I always say we're just far enough from civil rights and vaccinations that people have forgotten how it was before we didn't have the right to vote and how it was
I
before we
agree.
didn't have vaccinations.
Yeah, because look,
So
people were dying, and
now we're in
you
the middle of
see
a
all these people that
pandemic.
had polio and how bad it was for them. Like, I don't want to go to them days.
Or even down to
Right.
just as simple as there was no chickenpox vaccination when I was a kid. I
Oh, yeah.
had chickenpox.
I had
There
chicken.
is one now. My kids have had it. And people are like, well, chickenpox, it wasn't us. I have a family member who could not have children because he had chickenpox later in life and it made him unable to have children. Just because you didn't suffer the consequences of some of these diseases or your family member doesn't mean that there aren't severe consequences to some of these diseases out here. So take the vaccine.
I had chickenpox
when you
too.
are comfortable.
I had chickenpox when I was a baby. My mom said I don't remember it, but she said
I
I
remember
was
girl,
like
that
7.
it itched.
It was terrible. It was in
it
my
was
mouth. It
horrible.
was in my
And that
it was
calamine
everywhere.
lotion.
Calamine
Yeah.
lotion.
I
Yep.
still have scars from it on my back.
my brother.
I
and
do
sister
too.
both
I have
had
some
it
on my
at the same
stomach.
time. But my mom said I was immune because I had it when I was a baby. Well, my brother and sister got it at the same time because it was an outbreak in school, in elementary school, and they got it.
That's what be
right.
happening at
That's
school.
what happened.
Both my brother and sister. And I just looked at them. My mom putting lotion all over.
Chickenpox,
I said,
lice,
well, I'm glad I
all
got
that.
it when I was a baby.
Do they still check kids for lice in school?
They do it at not black schools.
Because I just remember being a kid. I went to school overseas, so
They check
and they would
me.
check for
That's
lice.
what I
They
said.
say,
In
you know,
not
and they
black
used to-
schools, they do.
They use a
definitely do
pencil
it, but
and
they don't use
flip
it
my
in
little
California.
pigtail, my plait over. Because my hair was parted and plaits and bows and stuff, and they was like, just flip with a pencil. They said we really don't have to check you because black people don't.
And they used to check for scoliosis.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids.
I got
Yeah.
checked.
You have scoliosis?
I have scoliosis.
Oh, I knew that. So do I.
I have.
I didn't know all of us had it.
I
No,
know
I know
I
that you
don't.
had the rods.
I don't.
My brother got the surgery and he has the rods, but I almost couldn't join the military because of the curve in my spine. I still don't stand straight.
But
One of my shoulders, my bra always slips off, and my friend Val always pushes it back
used to
up for
run
me.
track. I always used to run like this because my spine.
No. When I was in the military, you have to stand at attention and stand up straight.
Yes,
girl, they would come
girl.
and correct me every time. And I just turn whichever way they turn me, I just stand that way.
Girl, I remember being in the band and on dance team, and they would always try to. Girl, I was like, look, I had to literally had my note from my doctor, like, look, this is not.
Mine's not severe enough that I needed the surgery, but every time I get
Yeah.
they said, you got a curve in your spine. I was like, yeah. It straightened out a lot when I went to chiropractic treatment, but I still got curvature.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as
we all broke back mountain.
Well, I personally don't think I'm Brokeback Mountain. However, I do have to go to the chiropractor on a regular basis. So there's that.
You got broke back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
But yeah, I mean,
I
take
was
your
gonna
time,
say-
do your research on the vaccine, but
yeah, I have incredible amounts of anxiety about this whole vaccine thing. Let me publicly say that I am a person who believes in vaccines and feels like we should get a vaccine. I also believe in clinical research and, long-term studies and things like that, which is typically what happens before we get vaccines. And we don't have that. And that's what makes me so nervous. Like heart palpitations, nervous every time I talk about it and think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real.
I mean, Todd and I both talk about the fact that we don't want to be. He was like, look, what always happened in all these movies and shows. So we watched the Army Corps engineer shows up, shooting people up, and then we got The Walking Dead and all that other friends. So I get it. I mean, I feel you. It's tough because even like my daughter is unable to take any of the vaccination because she is anaphylactic.
Hmm.
So anyone who is walking around with an EpiPen, they've advised you not to take it. They've also advised pregnant women not to take it because we don't have 9 months worth of data and people
Right.
carrying or getting pregnant. So
Hmm.
it's you know, take
Yeah.
your time, do your
Right.
research, but understand you will get this dance. Okay? You gonna get it.
Exactly.
Mm.
If you want to stay at home, you are more than
Well,
welcome to do
well,
so.
and I
But if
also
you want to
I
move in the world, you're
so
gonna have to get it.
it's a very hard thing for me to not, I don't want to say think about, wrap my brain around, but because I know that, like you said, they're going to find ways to box people into getting it, into taking it. You can't do this if you haven't done this, or you can't go here if you can't prove this. And that, while it makes sense, is also a very, like, I don't agree with, but I'm not saying that I don't agree with it, but I understand why it's necessary. So I can support it, if that makes sense. But I'm just like, I want to know what's going to happen 2 years from now if I get this COVID vaccine.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
You got to have faith, the faith, the faith.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Not no. Okay, so let's move on to something non-COVID related.
Yes.
So my mom asked me about once a week for like the last 4 weeks if I put a tree up, and I'm like,
Yes.
I ain't put
Girl,
no
I
tree.
seen your tree.
My tree don't
Your
have
tree
nothing.
plant.
Correct.
She got an ivy leaf with some lights on it.
My
Girl.
ivy wreath is so cute. It's perfect. I should have lit it up and put it over here in the background.
Oh my
That
goodness.
would have been cute.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it out
Yes.
next time if we record before the holidays. It's growing
We
too.
won't.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
See,
Um,
y'all see what COVID has done to
Me
us.
and my
It is
family
what it
all have
is.
sent each other pictures of our Christmas trees. My mom sent us her tree. My sister sent hers. I've sent mine. I decorated on
You put
Thanksgiving.
a tree up? Oh, I didn't know,
I
Nikki.
sent
You
it to
gotta
y'all.
send it to
Oh, she gonna
us.
have this house looking right.
I mean, it's at least the least I can do.
Oh, yeah, you gotta send it to us. Yeah, we pulled our tree out October. Wait, when was Halloween? The 31st? Oh, we pulled it out November 1st. Because Jamal was like, we are putting this tree up early this year because it's too big to be carrying it up here and having it up for like 20 days. No, we're not doing that. So we definitely,
Yeah.
I've never put my tree up this early. I usually wait till the day after Thanksgiving, but I actually enjoy having it up early and looking at it. It
I
makes
do
you
too.
happy. I love holiday decoration. So I did it all, even though nobody's in my house. I did all three of my little trees, and then my big tree.
Then you got the Nutcracker.
And my nutcracker. I got a 6-foot nutcracker.
Oh
And
Lord.
he black.
Lord have mercy.
Black too.
Yay, black
What
nutcracker.
does Jazzy and Blaze think about your tree?
The girl, they don't even pay attention to it.
Oh, well, that's
It
good because
doesn't.
they could be tearing it
Yeah.
up. So that's
Right.
good.
Well, Jazzy's old. Y'all know she's 11 years old. She ain't think about nothing but trying to get somebody to give her a treat.
Her and Dion are almost the same age.
Who's Dion?
Who is Dion?
Dion Warwick.
Oh, girl,
She's
bye.
80, so Jazz is 77.
You know what?
Oh my goodness.
That is so funny. Yes,
that's
and
funny.
she's very unbothered.
She's like
That's
an old
funny.
auntie.
Yeah, Todd put out all of the Christmas stuff outside before Thanksgiving, and then we put up the trees. So we have basement tree, upstairs tree. The kids have their own tree, child. It is what it
See,
is.
you have the itty
They've been putting up
bitties, so
extra
it's
stuff.
still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
ain't
is. And we
doing-
got the stockings up and all the stuff up. So, I mean, we definitely, you know, put up
have-
See,
everything.
I'm the one that does it all. Like Jamal, he bring that tree up and put it together, and it's like, okay, I did my part. And when I say put it
Oh,
together,
I
like
get all the way up there.
put- I had to get on, and then normally I'll have Jordan here to help me, but she wasn't even
Right.
here, so I had to
Right.
do
Is
that
it pre-lit?
ladder by myself.
Is it a pre-lit? Because how you get on the
It is pre-lit,
yes,
but I
pretty.
still had to get up on that 12-foot ladder.
See, I'll be
And you
scared.
have to make sure everything is, together and everything. Yeah, I will say that is one
I
of the
am
really
scared.
cool things.
I'd be very.
Todd loves Christmas time, and it's so sweet with him and the girls. And
That's
he
so
likes to
sweet.
decorate with they telling him where to put stuff and having him pick her up to put the angel on
Aww.
top of the tree. It's so sweet. We can't pick Kenzie up no more. She no.
Because Kenzie about as tall as me, so there's
She
that.
is taller than you now, for real, because it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean it's fun and they love it and they've been doing crafts all weekend. Lord have mercy, I'm crafted
Mm.
out.
Yeah.
But it's only just begun because they ain't even out of school yet, so whatever.
Oh
Whew.
wow. Yeah. I've been playing Christmas music though, trying to get in the
Me
spirit.
too.
Yes, I
And this
have.
Christmas is still my favorite. I saw on Twitter somebody said, "What's your favorite Christmas song this Christmas?" and tell me why. Like they didn't want to give you the option to say something else. It was like, "Tell me why this Christmas is your favorite song."
I, I watched that movie the other morning. One of y'all was talking about in the group chat, and I was like, "Oh, let me watch this." The one with Chris Brown,
Yeah,
Breezy.
I told you
Oh, I
Idris
love that
Elba.
movie.
I said Idris Elba. Why does he sound British? And he's been playing American forever, but why in this Christmas is his accent so strong?
I don't know. I don't.
So
I was
look,
just too busy looking at him in the movie. You know me.
Marcia, have you seen that Leslie Odom Jr. has a Christmas album from
Oh,
I
Hamilton?
he
did. He
having
was
a
So
on.
him and his wife
amazing.
having a COVID baby too.
It's
hmm
so amazing.
He was on
It's really
Ellen the
good.
other day
I
performing a
can't wait till his
song.
movie comes out
Now I
with
don't like the
Idris.
braids. He got them. He got some COVID braids. He grew his hair out. I don't
Oh
like
Lord.
I like his clean cut look.
Well, I'm gonna shout out all the COVID beards. I love them.
That's funny.
But speaking of the holidays, we have been talking about and watching a number of the movies that have been out for Christmas this year. I think have we all watched the one with Kelly Rowland?
I did.
I
So
finally
I
watched
have
it. It was so. It's two of them.
Yes, too.
now
One
see.
came
That's
out
what I was
last
gonna say.
year.
I didn't know it was two. I seen the one from
I didn't
last
realize it
year.
either.
Yeah, and this
So
year, yeah.
what's the second? Is it a part two of the first one, or is it a different one? Oh, it's
It's
a part two.
It's part
yeah,
two. She gets
the
married.
wedding.
Ah,
It's called like a
oh, I
little Christmas
that.
wedding or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
It's
because I
really
liked the
good.
first one.
I
It
didn't
was like a
realize it
little
either.
yeah,
Hallmark,
yeah.
corny
Which
little
was funny
movie, but
was
it's cute.
I thought the one from last year when I saw them saying, "Oh, it's a new movie." I thought it was the one from last year. I didn't
Right.
know. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
I knew because I watched the one last year, so I knew that when they were advertising the new one, I was like, "Oh, they're getting
Yeah, I
married."
hadn't seen any advertising, but I definitely seen the one. I seen the one last year, I think on a fluke, but I did watch it, and it was cute. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Um,
So
so there have been a lot of Christmas movies. If you have not watched them, Kamiko, you posted, I can't remember the name of
I
it, the
think
one
she's
that just
frozen.
dropped. Is she frozen? What's the name of the one that she just dropped in our chat last night
Oh,
that
Christmas
apparently
with a View.
no, the
Oh,
one that dropped without any issues, like with no promo. What was that? Canvas.
oh, Canvas.
is
Yes,
that a Christmas movie?
I think it is.
It's a short. It's a 9 minute short. I don't know what it's. It's just a
Oh,
black
okay. I didn't realize
animation,
it was Christmas.
and they
Mm-hmm.
want everybody to watch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's called
I didn't
Canvas.
realize it was
Hey, can we?
okay.
And I think we all watched Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, we did.
No.
No, I
Oh,
haven't
y'all
seen
ain't
it.
watched it. Is that on your list with Lyric?
I'm gonna watch it with the
Yes.
girls, but
It's
It's
good.
on me and Lyric's
It's got a
list.
babe in there. Felicia
It's
Rashad.
on our list. I was trying to watch it for Thanksgiving, and they was like, "You gotta say that for Christmas," and I was like,
It's good. I enjoyed it. It's
I've
gonna
heard
a lot of
everybody
"Okay."
people
say how
like
good
it's
it
gonna
is.
be it's a
I
it's
did. I've heard that
Like a new
too.
Christmas classic.
yeah.
Have you guys watched? Because I really do like this Christmas. But have you guys seen? Is it Almost Christmas with um? Oh my God, Gabrielle Union is in it. Omar Epps is in it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember
Uh,
that one.
Danny Glover, he's in it.
Yeah, that's the one that
It's a
came
good
out.
one.
And Monique was the auntie and all that stuff.
Yes, it
Yes,
was just
I
on
feel like
the
I
other
have
day.
seen that.
Sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
They kept trying to remember how to make the pie. Was he trying to make
The pie, the sweet potato pie.
Did the mama
Yeah.
pass away or something?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
And the
It's
son
Carrie
was-
Underwood. I mean, I said Carrie Underwood. What's the girl's name? Pretty Girl Rock. What's her name?
Oh, Carrie Hilson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carrie
because she was
Hilson.
having that affair. Yeah, with the.
Yes, she's
Did
in
I
it.
see she having a COVID baby too?
She's in a movie, and she's gonna be pregnant,
Oh, okay.
and people thought it was
Oh.
real. And then she's
Okay.
acting, and she's getting married in the movie. She said, "I'm also getting married too."
Mm.
So then she posted something with her wedding pictures.
Oh. Yes. Well, Christmas
So-
is definitely upon us.
Y'all
and-
know what I have to tell you this. So one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch every year is The Preacher's Wife by Whitney.
I was gonna say The Preacher's Wife is my favorite because of the music. I be
I
every time.
love that movie. And you talk about
I
haven't seen it
and I
in
love
years.
and I love the
I
soundtrack
love
too.
the
It's
soundtrack,
both of them are
yes.
The
so good.
soundtrack.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
So
so
good. I
Yes.
still play the soundtrack.
I
all
play the
the time.
soundtrack.
Is
all
it
the
on
time.
Netflix?
I don't know.
I always have to.
I
always
haven't seen
have to
it
search
in
for it.
years.
I always
I
search
love
for
The
it.
Preacher's Wife.
But they
Yeah.
always play it somewhere. But the
You know
Preacher's
what?
Wife.
I'm about to add that to my list because
Yeah, it's
I
good.
haven't seen that movie. And I literally have a list on
But
my
Whitney
phone
Houston's
of movies
voice
to
always
watch.
makes me want to cry for some reason, especially now that she's passed away. It's like when I hear her voice, it's like I get teary eyed. I'm like,
But I mean, that album to me
Yeah.
is so
It's
good.
so good.
It is so good.
Every time I say
So
joy,
good.
joy, joy.
Joy. Yeah. Joy. Okay.
My girls have seen that. I don't
But
know.
when she sings "I hasten to His throne," like when I love the Lord, I'm like,
Mhm.
that's when I start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
The spirit hit me, then I be about to
good.
shout like my mom.
I know. It's such a. I mean, I miss
Yes.
soundtracks.
Yeah,
I do too.
she was, and she
Okay,
was the
okay.
best at
Before
it.
we go, Nikki, what's your your favorite Christmas movie that you have to watch every holiday?
Oh Lord.
Christmas Story. You shoot your eye, kid.
Really?
I've never seen
I
it.
watched it because ever since I was young and I first saw it, it's just like, and then they would play it 24/7. It's just like, I don't know, it just
I've
did.
Maybe-
seen it,
maybe
but
I'll
that
try to
movie
watch
is
it
just
this
not
year.
one of my
I've
favorites.
never
It's boring.
seen it. And
So
it be
it was
on
a
all day.
debate
and I've
about it
never
one
seen
time,
it.
but I didn't want to
Oh,
say the
Kamiko,
Preacher's
you've
Wife,
got to watch it
because
at least.
Delaney
I've
just said
tried. I've
it
fallen asleep on it. It's just I've never been
Right,
able to.
Kamiko.
It's
I'm like,
slow.
is
It's
slow, but
slow.
y'all know how I am. So I was gonna, the Preacher's Wife really is my favorite, but I just wanted to say something different too. But I do
But
like
that's a classic.
a Christmas
Preacher's Wife is it
story.
for me.
But I don't like is A Wonderful Life. People love
Oh,
that.
God.
movie. I just don't.
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't mind it.
People
It's a
love
sweet
it.
movie, but I'll watch it if it's on.
Right.
I'm not
But
gonna search
me and my
for it.
cousins though, we love Four Christmases. Every time I see that, I just Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
It was just on. I was just watching
just
on
laugh
AMC.
every time. We just because it's funny.
So
It's
my
funny.
favorite, I have to watch it every time it comes on. It could be in the middle, at the end. Me and Jamal both, hands down. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I
I've
just never got
seen
into
it.
that one. People love it though. I don't want
I
seen it.
love it. Jamal loves it. We watch it. We've already watched it about 10 times already this year.
I've never seen it.
I don't
This
watch
the
it.
holiday.
So our must watch
Don't he get a
is
bonus
Home
check?
Alone.
He's trying to get a bonus
and
check.
Home Alone 2.
Home Alone
I'm gonna
and
say
Home Alone 2.
People love Home Alone.
Home Alone 2 is really my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
but
The New York one.
I
Boston.
love that one just because it's New York.
So I've
but-
watched it
and I
about
love New York at
5
Christmas.
times this season because it comes on Freeform
have
every
to.
night.
I'm about to say, come on Freeform all the time. You know what? Even though I do like the
But-
Santa Claus too.
Let me say this. That's been on Freeform too. I've watched it 5 times. But I was just watching Home Alone the other day. I did not realize that boy was so bad. Like, I was like, did I not realize when he told his mom, get off the phone and make me? I said,
Girl,
I don't
he
remember
did.
this part.
He was bad as hell.
He was bad. That's how he got.
That's
then
why he
locked
That's
up
how
in
he
the car.
got left.
I
Yeah.
just
Right.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't recall him being this bad. Jesus.
And that's why when they came back, he was, he kind of was reformed a little bit.
Right.
A
But I
little
guess I
bit
just
still
didn't remember
Nicky.
some of the little things he was saying. You know, I remember the premise of the movie, but I was like, oh
Right.
my, this kid was horrible.
I mean, all them kids, especially Buzz, was bad too.
Yeah,
he was horrible. But
them kids
you
was
have to
bad.
watch A Christmas Vacation, Kamiko. You and Todd need to watch it. The movie is hilarious.
People say it's not.
Did you watch any of the National Lampoons? Like, cause see, I grew up on that. so-
Vacation? Don't they go on vacation in that
Are they,
state?
are they okay for kids?
I mean,
I
it's
feel like it came
old.
out at a time and my mom was like, "Nah, you don't need to watch that."
Yeah, because Vacation, you definitely probably shouldn't have
You
watched
can't
it
watch
as a kid,
Vacation.
but
I seen Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, I think is okay. Yeah. But I would say watch it first because I don't know what you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. It
There
came
ain't
out
no
in 89,
cussing
so
or
I was
anything like
8 years
that.
old. Okay.
Yeah. There's no cussing or anything like that, but it's my all-time favorite. It's just funny. I love Chevy Chase, so there was that back in the day.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can go on forever
Delaney,
talking
what's
about.
yours?
She already
Preacher's
said
Wife.
Preacher's Wife.
You doubled down. Got
She started it out.
Well,
Did you have
I
another one?
also want to add
Nikki.
today.
Nikki done went
What?
down the whole list.
I'm just gonna add, since we're speaking about holiday stuff, Smokey Robinson got dragged. You know how you pay celebrities to
Oh, I thought you
you
were talking about
pay
a movie.
celebrities to do like messages like happy birthday. And like say Smokey Robinson grew up in Detroit, and so this white Jewish guy was like, you grew up down the street from my mom, I would like you to say happy Hanukkah to her. But Hanukkah is spelled two different ways. So Smokey Robinson, the Hebrew way starts with a C. So Smokey Robinson says happy Chanukah.
Oh.
He's like, I don't know what Chanukah is, but I would like to. I just want to wish you a happy Chanukah. But it was Hanukkah.
Interesting.
I was like, oh. But a lot of people don't
So
know
Smokey is really doing his tweeting, I guess.
Huh?
I
guess
did not
Smokey
know
is
that
doing-
it was spelled two ways.
I
Because
did not know
I don't
that
think
either.
I didn't know that.
And so,
Of course, Nikki would know. Almost a genius.
well,
Yeah,
I've
I've learned some
ago.
things.
I didn't know that. I mean, it's been a few years that I've known it, but I didn't always know. I always thought it was just the regular H spelling.
Well, praise God
Yeah.
for the gathering of tonight. We learned that Hanukkah can be spelled two different ways. We learned about this bird Kamiko done made up. And
You know who also is called the bird? Charlie Parker, a jazz musician. So he was called the bird.
I know we used to eat.
talk
My
about
mama
it
said you
now.
eat like a bird, but
or you skinny like a bird. I ain't never heard of that.
mhm.
Tweety
Never
Bird.
eat that
You know, people
word.
used to love Tweety Bird.
Well, ladies, I think
But
that's
just
going
make sure
to
don't nobody
do
call none of y'all a
it.
bird.
I think that's gonna do
Bird in the
it.
street.
I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Love Chat podcast. I want
We're being
to
kicked
remind
off.
all of our listeners to please follow us on all social media platforms at the Love Chat podcast. Feel free to let us know what you think of this week's episode. Also, if it's something you would like us to discuss, please send us a love letter at thelovechatpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, wear a mask, wash your hands, and go vote Georgia. Okay,
Go
ladies.
vote.
Vote.
Cheers.
Vote your ass off. Warnock. Let's go.